We've also got guests. I was only expecting one of you today. And that's okay. I mean, I always am open to having more than expected guests. It's better than expecting a guest and having them not show up at all, which has happened here a couple of times. So thank you, first of all, for showing up and doubling the effort for both of you guys showing up.
Thanks for having us.
Megan and Andrea are here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves now. I met you earlier this morning. This is the first time we've talked to Andrea. Who are you and why are you here?
My name is Andrea. I started Mitakuye Oyasin in 2011. After going out to Pine Ridge. So I am a lifetime Des Moines resident, and I'm glad that you had us on today.
I appreciate you being here. And Megan?
Yeah.
You were my initial... Well, actually, Cecil was the guy that hooked us all up here, so thanks to Cecil for doing that.
Thank you, Cecil.
But you were my initial contact for this, so how are you involved in this? And again, pronounce that so people know exactly what we're talking about here.
So I'm Megan Hulburt, and I am a nurse, and I actually live in Bloomfield, Iowa, and I went out to Pine Ridge as a service learning project during my bachelor's degree through Mercy. And whenever I got back, our lovely instructor, Dawn, actually hooked me and Andrea up, thought we would be a good match, and so we've been doing Mitakuye Oyasin for, how long have I been in here? Since
a couple of years.
2013, maybe.
Okay, so Mitakuye Oyasin is the way that you pronounce this. What is this? What is this organization? How did you start this? Why did you start this?
I also went out to Pine Ridge in South Dakota as a student at Mercy College, and I went out there and was very angry about what I saw. It is like walking into a third world country, and despite the horrible statistics, if you look it up, the part that stuck out to me was the Cohen Home, which is an elderly living center, and the amount of work that people put into it for nothing is what kind of inspired me to say, if you have nothing and you can give all that you have, then I can at least do a little bit.
Right.
So I came back to Des Moines immediately and started a nonprofit benefiting the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Okay.
We focus on decreasing some of the health issues out there through education, and a big part of this is that we don't do anything for anybody. We assist those who are already doing.
Oh, okay, all right. So this is like, kind of a supplemental health program. Okay, got it.
We also believe in the old wives' or mother's tale about you can give a man a fish, but if you teach him how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime.
Right.
And so that's where our funding, any monies that we come in, that is what we fund.
Now, I know that the Native Americans in South Dakota specifically have become very, in the forefront of a lot of people's mind due to the fact of the pipeline and the activity over there.
Yes.
This is something a little different than that, though. This is something that stands on its own. And you guys are talking about daily life from here on out. Well, from whenever you started it to here on
Absolutely.
out, basically, is what you're talking about helping these folks with, right?
That's correct. There's obviously we're both nurses. I work at Lutheran Hospital in Des Moines, and so a lot of our focuses is health related. And the healthcare system out there is federally ran.
Okay.
However, the healthcare available is worse than that if you went to Mexico. Their surgical equipment cleaner was broken, so they were hand washing their equipment for 2 years.
Wow.
Their cervical cancer death rate is 500 times the national average. And the preventative health care that you and I just
take for granted
is not available. And it's a federally ran medical system. So it's not Native ran. It has nothing to do with the Native government themselves. It has to do with our federal government and it just not having any oversight.
Right, right. Yeah, it sounds like they need a lot of help. I mean, if they're hand washing instruments for 2 years, yeah, that's definitely. So, what have you guys done besides start this non-profit organization? Is you actually organize benefits, and that's one of the reasons why you guys are here, because you've got one coming up, and it's this week on Thursday, correct?
That's right. It's at the Des Moines Social Club at the Come and Go Theater.
Yep, from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And it's going to be great. We've got, we've got food, we've got drinks, we've got a showcase of all of the different projects that we're doing. The Cohen Home, like Andrea mentioned, we've donated a lot of beds there.
Okay.
So we've got a showcase of that. We've got a showcase of our prom dress drive that we do every year, and that is to prevent teen suicide. The teen suicide rate on the reservation is actually 150% higher than the U.S. average.
We're talking about to kind of step back here a second. This is the supplemental thing. This is for daily things that go on, and you're shining a light on things that I don't know that, and I know I'm not and wasn't aware of, and I doubt if anybody else really knows that it's that bad. I mean, when you're talking a lag behind of between 150 and 500% of what I'll call, and I don't get mad at me for saying it this way, normal Americans enjoy on basically a daily basis. This is something that needs to be addressed, obviously.
Absolutely.
There's a lot that we take advantage of in our daily lives that they just don't have the opportunity to take advantage of those things. I mean, one thing that really stood out to me whenever we were doing some of our research, we've done a lot of work for the SIDS there. It's 300% higher than our normal average. And
in a population of about 40,000, they lost 21 babies last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And the teen suicide, too, I wanted to point out, was that these are not 15 and 16-year-olds that are killing themselves. They're 12 and 13-year-old children.
Yes.
And that statistic just gives me goosebumps. And you wonder why.
Yeah.
But amidst all of these negative, horrible statistics, there is so much hope and giving and love within that society for everybody. Their homeless rate is almost nothing, even though they have 17 people living to a home, because nobody will turn anybody out.
They're taking care of each other.
Correct.
It may not be the greatest
They're doing what they can.
environment to live in, but at least you're living in an environment with somebody and not out on the streets all by yourself.
They take care of each other.
Yeah.
So we just want to help them do that.
Okay.
That's actually why I got involved in this organization. I think that's what stood out to me. It was breathtaking, the amount of hope that, you see hopelessness, but there isn't that out there, because they still have hope. They cling to their roots. They take care of each other. And, Mitakuye Oyasin actually means we are all related. And they truly believe that everybody, no matter their color, is related.
I think you should subtitle your Facebook page to tell people what that means, because I think that's really important, especially when you're trying to attack something like this. Let's talk about you're basically aiming this interview towards the individuals and trying to get them to the social club for the event itself. Let's talk about maybe some other avenues that people can take. Are you guys looking? I know you're looking for money. Yeah, everybody's looking for money. Is there anything besides money that you guys can use and that people can donate that they might be able to help out? Something they don't have money, but they've got businesses. With a warehouse full of maybe, last year's stuff, and it may not be selling, but, for a tax write-off for them, anything like that.
We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so you can use us for tax deduction.
Okay.
We are year-round taking prom dresses and suits or ties, for the guys.
Right.
We also have started working on creating welcome baskets for their emergency youth shelter out there for kids 12 to 17. Most of them are girls, so things like bras and underwear and socks, blankets,
activity type
activities,
things, cards, coloring books, maybe some of those adult coloring books even for some of the older teens, things like that. But I think
sheets.
sheets for the Cohen home.
Okay.
anything really.
Shampoo, conditioner.
Yeah,
Is
toiletries.
there a place where you've got this set up where you've got lists where people can peruse this and find out what
We
they can?
are on Facebook.
Okay.
We have lists there. We have a website. It's www.mitakuyeO.org. And there are donation sites there that you can click onto. We are on Smile on Amazon.
Yes, so anytime that you shop on Amazon, especially if you're a Prime member, shop with smile.amazon.com, and you can actually donate a part of your order to our organization.
Cool. To get involved like that.
Our email address is also there, and since we are local, we'll just come pick it up for you too.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. Again, I mean, you guys have really attacked this in a very, very, humanitarian kind of 501c3 organization. This thing that you're doing, and again, this is for the daily problems that these people are facing: the unemployment, the teen suicide, SIDS deaths, and substance abuse. All kinds of things like that. The elder homes and things. So this is basically to help people get themselves a better help to themselves. I think is probably one of the better ways to put that. I don't know. Why don't you guys tell me what you're trying to do?
Well, we are trying to do that, but the other part of this is to bring awareness to the situation and kind of tackle some of the misconceptions about Native Americans. There's a lot of people who believe the federal government subsidizes them. They are not subsidized. The federal government does not give you money just because you're Native American. They have no different access to Medicaid, Medicare. They don't get an extra check from the government because they're Native. And that's kind of what we do back here is say, you know what? A lot of people think, oh, don't they get money? No, they don't. Not any more than you and I do, which I don't get anything.
Yeah.
No. So
no free money at my house.
no. The other part of it is that they think there's free housing and free health care. Well, there is health care provided, except we've already kind of talked about the quality.
Obviously.
But it's defunded, and it's almost completely out of money within 6 months of the fiscal year. So if you have anything that's deemed not needed, so like if you needed a knee replacement, you're never going to get it.
No.
Wow.
And the other part to consider is that even if you're like 70 years old and you have Medicare now because you are 70, the Indian Health Services remains your primary insurance provider.
Right.
So unless they say that it's okay for you to do it, Medicare will also not cover it.
Wow. Okay.
So even once you get to be an elderly person, you still are not able to access things that you and I would not really even question going to the doctor for.
Well, again, I mean, a couple of things that I'm hearing here is that there's several misconceptions about what these people are treated to and how they're treated as far as, what's available for them through the federal government. And the other thing is that, this is just a daily ongoing struggle for these folks, that this is, things are not as good in America as we may think that they are, because like you guys have explained and described, some of these spots are like basically third world countries inside our country.
Yeah.
That's just not good.
I think it's something like 30% of the homes out there do not have running water.
Yeah.
They don't have electricity. If you don't have certain things on your trailer, you can't get electricity. But what you will see is drop cords from one
Again, taking
home
care
to
of
the
each
other.
other.
Taking care of each other. And talking about the elderly, you think about the elderly here, but the elderly there is almost non-existent. Life expectancy on the res is
47 for men and 52 for women.
Wow.
yeah.
Once again, the percentages are way
That's
behind
about 30
our
years.
averages. Yeah.
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 The potty training is an issue. We've done potty training chairs because you can't go to school until you're out of diapers. But if you don't have running water and you live in South Dakota and it's negative 30 degrees, you're not going out to the outhouse.
Yeah.
And so their kids aren't being potty trained in time
to go
to school. So
Oh,
then you
wow.
have a lack in education because of not being able to get there. So we've purchase potty chairs. I mean, just simple little things like that which make a huge difference. But even if we buy the potty chairs, but you still have to get them through some kind of earned activity. So we use programs like the Family and Education Program, which parents are able to earn points by reading books to their children, going to courses about parenting, filling out job applications, getting your driver's license. And with those points, you can buy things out of the back room, which is where we stock cribs, potty chairs, swaddling, to help with the SIDS.
The same with our prom dresses. 3 out of 10 students will actually graduate from high school there.
Wow.
So in order to earn a prom dress, you have to earn those incentives, show up to school, do good in school. So we're really, we don't give anything for free. That's kind of how we're helping them help themselves.
Well, I was going to say, I think that sometimes when you're dealing with things like this, some people kind of become offended if they think they're getting charity. But if there's just a little bit of effort and a little bit of, I guess, incentive, it takes away the I don't know, I guess
handout.
Yeah, that aspect.
We're just providing a light at the end of that long tunnel that they go down. So
again, the benefit is this week. It is on Thursday. It's at the Des Moines Social Club, and this starts at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock and goes until 10 o'clock. So.
Yeah.
No, it's 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Yeah.
Yes, and it's $30 at the door. If you get your tickets online, though, up until the day of, they're $25. So I would, if you want to say $5. If not, we are more than happy to see you at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The extra $5 could.
It's going to be a great time.
Make a big difference. Yeah. We also have a lot of native art and jewelry for sale.
Okay.
That we've purchased all of it on the res. Another one of those cycles where we buy and then sell. So we're feeding money back into the community. We have a 1% overhead. Megan and I make no money. We do this all for free. Our travel we pay for ourselves. So pretty much every penny that you donate goes directly back. We have a $10 a month bank fee and a $30 a year fee to keep our website up. That's all the money that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So as far as
even
what you donate,
this
everything goes in.
Event was provided by us, so we're putting our all into it too.
Very cool. Well, I think one of the most important things about this is spreading the word and getting the information out there, because again, I was not aware, and I don't think that a lot of our listeners or the general public, for that matter, is aware of how bad the situation is and how much it needs our help. So, guys, again, thank you very much for coming in. And once more, one of you pronounce it so I don't.
Mitakuye Oyasin.
And the website is
www.mitakuyeO.org.
Okay.
Mitakuye. And 6 to 8, we have food and drink there. So your $30 buys you some food and passion fruit infused beer, which sounds freaking awesome. And I really hope to see some people out there. I think it's going to be a blast. We've never done anything like this before, so
I think it's for a good cause, and
absolutely,
and the social club's a good place to start
yeah,
getting the
we
word
are
out,
excited.
So. Yes, we are. Hopefully, we'll get some people.
All
so.
right. Well, thank you very much, Megan and Andrea here, and again, the event on Thursday at the Des Moines Social Club. We are KFMG. This is the Head and the Heart. And there we are.
Thank you.